Welcome to ARDEX Answers podcast, where you'll find the latest and greatest on flooring, tiling and waterproofing, as well as general construction for the Australian building industry.
Welcome back to ARDEX Answers. I'm Monique Fenech from ARDEX, and joining us is Chris Brady. Welcome, Chris.
Happy to be back.
Chris is our Technical Services Advisor at ARDEX, and today's podcast topic is tiling around fireplaces. So our first question, Chris, is what are the key considerations when selecting tiles for a fireplace?
So there's a few things you should consider. Number one is what the tiles are, whether they're a stone system, whether they're a ceramic, whether they're porcelain. They're really designed for that sort of application. The type of adhesive that you're going to use for bonding that tile onto the substrate, what the substrate actually is, and whether or not it's also suited for those high temperature environments, and general location.
Are there standard or NCC restrictions that apply to fireplaces?
So not in terms of the actual adhesives that are required for it. There are some stipulations in the NCC, but it's more to do with spacing of the tiling area, how far apart you need it from the actual door of the hearth itself in order to start tiling to make it safe enough and not overly heat the area.
So Chris, what adhesives should be avoided in these areas?
So generally avoiding your premixed adhesives. They're not really designed with the same sort of glass transition temperature that your cement-based adhesives are designed for, or your epoxies. And in general, a lot of people also avoid your rubber modified adhesives. There is the potential for some of the rubber components to cook in a way, which makes an unpleasant odour.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what are the concerns regarding the tile types? You touched on that briefly.
So for your tile types, look, most of your ceramic and porcelain bodies are pretty standard. They shouldn't really matter too much. It's more to do with a lot of your stone systems. Stones can potentially warp as they heat, and the thicker and larger the stone is, the more it can actually bend and then curl up at the edges, and that's where you can have issues. But thinner stones that are very stable, they're usually okay, but mostly sticking to your porcelain ceramics.
Mm-hmm. What about grouts?
For grouts, you can use your cementitious grouts and your epoxies, but you usually want to try and make sure that they're able to cope with a little bit more flexibility. So some companies might have additives that they'll mix into their grouts, like we do ourselves. It's something that I'd always recommend putting an additive to boost the flexibility performance so it can cope with the strains. Right.
Well, where can people go for more information on this topic?
We've got a up-to-date technical bulletin on our website, Technical Bulletin 111 or 111. Specifically deals with hearth scenarios. Look, there are some instances where temperatures are beyond what our capabilities are. Usually your standard adhesives are tested up to about 70 degrees. If they go higher than that, you might need to look at specific manufacturers that deal with these high temperature adhesives. But yeah, TB111.
Well, thanks for having us on the podcast again, Chris.
Happy to be here.
And bye for now.